Did you run into any artists in Chatham House?
Well, as a kid, when I first came, like, man who's artist now, I don't know if there was artists then, but they were just in the yard, innit? Like, you know, I used to check my brother and like, man, like, there's like TG, Size, like, you know, all them youths there and gigs and so like, the man used to check my brother and Big Lee, you know, passed away, like, you know, Tamer and them man there, you know, they're all involved in the music scene and that. But at the time when I was growing up here, because man moved away, like, you know, within like 2-3 years because of other situations. You know what I mean? Nothing to do with anyone, but, you know, family situations. And, but it wasn't a music scene then, blood, as you man should know. 03, 02, you know, it wasn't no, your man probably was rapping, but, you know, man, isn't it? It was different. So, when I move away now, it's like, when I'm away down in Wales, that's when I see the man them start rapping. I'm like, raw! Shit, I like that. You know, not to run back and I just liked it. You get me? I was doing my own thing. I always been my own person, isn't it? So I just liked it, seeing it on YouTube, and at the same time I was doing my own little music then. But yeah, a couple of artists there still. I can't really think of everyone, but it was unity back then. You get me? Everyone was floating around. So, and they're probably artists now. I don't really, you know, I ain't seen them for a year. They probably don't remember me, but they knows the yard and my brother, and you know, I remember something. You know, it's kind of mad, but like, yeah, Size, TG, all them youths there, they're like man's brethren, innit? You told this day, like, we're still in connections, and they're up and coming artists and do their thing as well. You get me? And represent London and South or where, you know, what they've been through, their story as well. So yeah, and you know, Brixton as well, my cousins and that, same time when I was here, my cousin them, you know, was there. They weren't doing music at the time when I left now, and everybody doing music here, they're doing music in Brixton, so it was like, you know, it was like, I was happy to see like people who I grew up with and my family doing their thing, and but it didn't make me, you know, come running in. That's not, I wasn't, you know, I was awake, so no point me running back for a hype or because the man's doing it. I wasn't that type of kid in it. So it's like, you know, I was happy that, raw, the man are doing it, and because he's, you know, it's good and boom. So yeah, but yeah, some of the youths them from Brixton as well, you know, man know who's artists now as well, you get me? From where I was growing up and passing through and checking my cousins and that. So it's like, all the South, blood. Lewisham as well, you know, I got cousins there as well. Like every, you know, like, Elephant, you know, like, so, you know, when I was growing up in South, it was just like one fam, you get me? I went to Kingsdale, you get me? A lot of artists come out of Kingsdale as well. I don't even know some of them, but, you know, like Miss Banks and certain people come from Kingsdale, Skendo, you know, there, I don't even know them. But my, you know, like Diamond and them boy there, that was who I grew up around. He's not an artist, but, you know, he's an entrepreneur doing his little business back home and stuff like that. That man there I was in school with and stuff, so, and then you get other youths from like other areas who probably was artists you man used to deal with and talk to growing up, you get me? But I don't class it as anything to do with my journey. It's my time now and I got something else, you know? I want to share it with them and the world, isn't it? So more I want to listen. What I want to yeah.
Yeah, powerful. You mentioned Wales. Did you go to school in Wales?
I done a year and a bit. School was messy. there wasn't no school teaching with this knowledge. Telling you, look. But big up my school teacher, they love me for sports. Yeah? School only wanted me for sports, because mine was good. But what I wanted to learn, I did learn, you get me? Because it paid off in music and life as well. Because I can't say I didn't learn certain things from school, because I did. You know, I know English, I know, you know, maths, and I ain't got no learning difficulties, you know, I know, you know, certain things. So, but my schooling was like, coming from Jamaica in that time, missed out year 7, started Kingsdale year 8, leave by year 9, got kicked out. You get me? Moved to the family, moved because another situation. I'm like, I don't want to leave, I'm just getting used to London. Boom, move anyway. They move, I left like 6 months later, I didn't want to go. That's like me, once I'm there, don't want to go, you get me? And then boom, from there, I just thought, I was chatting to one of my brethren, B, you get me? From Bermondsey. And he's like, yo, just go down there now and just check it on. Like, you know, see how you just step on the block and, you know, everything's just not really go on, you know? But so I go on, I know the place, and I thought, raw. That was a good friend, you get me? So I thought, let me go down and check my family and just tap back in with them and go down and take in the place and walk around into my big afro and give me a scope out the place, and everybody used to, you know, want to know me and boom, boom, boom. And then got into school, say around year 10, because obviously man left in year 9 up in London, Kingsdale, you get me? And then reached down there, so you couldn't get in school straight away, you get me? So man had to wait till like year 10, like, you know? So kind of the time of the year where man ended up in year 10, done a bit of year 10, like year 9 to 10, and then got kicked out, and then got sent to a centre in East London. It's just down from Ormington. I can't remember, I can just remember Ormington Hospital, straight down the hill, and there's some estate on the left before the park. There's a centre behind there. Wanna remember me? Yeah, they won't forget me. But I can't remember the name. And it was like Femi, some actor, he was like a teacher guy, you know, good with kids and that, he was in the bill. You get me? He used to, you know, help man with, you know, just, there was acting and we was doing, you know, just keeping us busy, because the school sent man there for whatever reason I didn't know. You get me? Because man, it's maybe because I love sports more than, you know, certain lesson, and when I was moving school so much, the work was different. You get me? My brain wasn't interested, like I was just on sports because I couldn't, you know? And they probably didn't like me for that, because that would cause a lot of trouble, because you're not focusing class, you're blurry, probably chatting, boom, 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 I was like that, you get me? And went centre, year 10 in East, and then I ended up doing my GCSEs in Hackney Free. I think it's Hackney Free, yeah? I think so, yeah, Hackney Free School in Hackney, you get me? Done my GCSEs there in a school I never been to. They just made me do it there, fam. Done it, school done, isn't it? And that was it, man. Man was just out in the jungle, fam. From then, isn't it?
Been any collaborations with any Welsh artists?
Yeah, I got a few feature with Mace the Great. He's an up and coming Welsh artist, a young youth. Pick him up, you get me? Really talented. And I got a few in the pipeline, like waiting to do a couple features with me, like local. He work with like JK, he's more like a grind type of, you know, artist. And I got a few others, you know, but it's just like, there's good artists down there, there's good talent down there still, yeah. And yeah, I got songs with a few. You get me? The ones who's on a, you know, the same frequency as man in it. So yeah.
A little bit more about yourself and fashion. Who would you say your fashion icon would be?
Boy, I ain't got no fashion icon, you know. You know what I understand. Man just, you know, what fits me, isn't it? So it's like, man just try to just have my own, you know, normal. I'm just a casual dress type of person, innit? I'm not really deep into fashion like that, isn't it? But you know, when man turn up though. If man stepping somewhere to the occasion, man will dress to the occasion, isn't it? In my way. So man not copy nobody. I might see something I like and wow, that fit me and it goes with that and that. And then, you know, I make one. That's how I deal with my fashion. Yeah.
When it comes to performances, what kind of style? How do you perform?
Well, I'm more of an energy type of performer, dancing, full of vibes, or man, just energy, no matter what it is, it's just energy, like, you get me? I'll rock the crowd, I'll create a mosh pit, I'll do that, all sorts of that, isn't it? Yeah. That's the type of performer I am. I'm a party type of uplifting artist, even though I got my story, isn't it? But I'm more like, you know, like I said to you earlier, man's story is gonna be like, you know, it's gonna feel like it's a vibes, because I don't want to, you know, I've got the vibes in me too, you get me? So yeah, but I'm more like a uplifting entertainment, you get me?
Take it back, what made you fall in love with the drill scene and make Yardman drill?
Alright then. In 2019, I came back to London, you get me, just to visit my family and work on a video called Make That Money. I put it out, it's a song called Make That Money. It was more like a dancehall / rap hybrid sound I created, because I like creating different style. So, and then I ended up in the studio with my cousin and his friends who does drill, you know, they're in the drill scene, they've always been in London. Man just went to the studio, letting them do their thing, and I'm meds in it, you know me, I like the sound of the beat, like what they're doing, and you know, and then my own little, you know, thing just came to me, and I started humming, you know what I mean? Bro, my thing could fit on there. And I ended up doing a chorus, and I looked at them like, yo man, then what you say? They're like, raw, that's hard, you get me? So I said, all right, then from there now I just kind of just take it home, like for homework, you get me? It was like homework for my head, that one piece there, I was like, raw. And then I thought, oh, I got the chorus sound, how am I gonna do the verse? I like how they do the verse. I could create my own English drill flow, but it's like I'm copying, you get me? So I kind of just meds and kept doing choruses to drill beats and feeling it, obviously listening to all the UK artists like Bigger D and them boy there and certain unknown T, you know, certain big artists in the UK, and taking in how they do it, because you have to look at the best to be the best, innit? And it's a thing like, I just started creating around what I started in the studio with the men them, and then from this on out, it just came to me, the way how I should do my verse, and that's how I think, raw, this is something different. Yard drill, you see me? Because UK got their drill, New York got their drill, Spain got their drill, so raw, whoever come with Bumbacla yard drill and we're the drillers. So who's gonna represent me, blood? Yeah, so I just thought, fuck it, and I took it to the next level, blood, and just protect my energy and stay in my house, blood, and just cook up a storm, fam. You see me? And mad, it's mad. Give a little piece, gone back to Wales, you know? A couple men like, yo, you man are doing music? Yeah, well, I'm gonna make it think different. But see the reaction, they like it. Slap on one song with one youth, isn't it? Cool M9, big him up, he's up and coming down there. And then from there now, you get me, I slap one with Mace, you get me? And then from there now, I just started building my thing, innit? My catalogue. Boom, my brethren in London now, they're artists as well. I slapped two with them as well, you get me? Because they're feeling the energy, and the energy started building up. And then from there now, you know, I got my features for raw. Started, you know, building my thing now, I'm building up my catalogue, just build it up. And then from there, I'm going past building it up, dropping a little clip of the first ever one I done, that I thought, yeah, this is the one. And that's the one called Them I Talk, isn't it? Because it represents car. Where man live a certain lifestyle on the road, people are gonna talk, innit? You get me? Even when you're not on the road, like, when they don't know the new you, they're gonna talk about the old you to get to the new you. So I'll give them that one as the introduction. I thought, yeah, this is a good introduction song. I like it. This can reach out to a lot of people. So I just give a little clip and, you know, I just drop a freestyle in the studio. Chip block fully load up, M9 times at the 10 shot of war rotate, chalala, laugh, I joke out, then make night time deal with the 4-4 press. You see me? Slap you on Instagram and it just went, rrrr. And yeah, to message like, raw, give me another energy again and say, raw, I'm on the right path. You see me? And I just lock it off from there and then boom. You see me? The rest is history.
So, what the CF fans really want to know is, what goals do you have in this music industry?
Right now, the goal is to like bring together every youth that class their hometown, back home, even if you grew up in England, you see me, and your parents is Nigerian, Jamaican, that we class that as yard. Yeah? Cool, Jamaica call it yard, but to me, I want everybody to feel this genre like it's Afrobeat. Like how the, you know, the Ghanaians jump on an Afrobeat, this, you know, all different type of background down to certain English you end up jumping on Afrobeats because they might be, you know, African orientated, you know what I'm saying? So that's my plan of yard drill. So I wanted to, you know, connect to everyone, like, you know, the CF fans to know that this is for all of us. It's something new to fit in, that you can be part of it. You can create your thing on top of it. Yeah, you can, you know, be part of the yard drill as well. Yeah, not because I'm the founder, don't means, you know, I'm gonna be the, you know, it's like Fela Kuti, but Wizkid makes a lot of money off Afrobeat years later. But if you do your history and search, it's him that the founder of Afrobeat. So, and he never done it for himself. Yeah, so I'm putting it back to that level. Yeah, I wanted to, you know, reach that level where the background kids grow up and they hear this genre and they fit in that lifestyle, and they don't have to just talk about gang, and they don't have to, you know, it could be about girls, life, and because in a ghetto, in a real ghetto, there's all different type of struggles, not just crime, hunger, you know, mum, girls, blah, blah. So that's, you know, and it all involves crime. Because the girl them fight, they dance, they do, they this, they do, if you understand. So, and it's not just in Jamaica, you know, every ghetto. And if it's not a first world or second, you know, country, then you're in a third world country. Isn't it? So, for them people there, and that's where you get the best experience from countries like that, because you're not distracted by certain things. So, there's gonna be youths in the future who wants to relate to this genre, you get me? To express their feelings, you get me? The same like how the UK drill artists can express themselves now, even without thinking, oh, I'm doing crime every day. No, you're not. You get me? But they can still express themselves. You know what I mean? You know, if you understand how they're speaking, it don't mean he wants to do something. He probably been through something, but this is the best way for him to explain, you know, express himself. It might be a guy in America who's like me, grew up in Jamaica, he just don't know how to fit in. And he just don't want to rap, he don't want to, you know, because he don't feel fit in. So yard drill, he hears that now he's going to fit in over there. You know, and that's it, yeah, isn't it? So I'll say it go.
What is the best piece of advice you can give to someone that came from a background you came from and want to do what you do?
Don't stop, love. Even when you feel like you're gonna stop, even when you feel like the world against you, just take care of yourself. Yo, a king never get praised in a moon city. You see me? And it means that you city and where you live. So if you not get praised there, move. You see me? If you're talented and if you got something special, move, keep it moving, and stay strong and positive and pray. You see me? That's all I can say, everybody. You see me?
If fans want to know what's the realest shit you've ever wrote.
This is, I put it into rap, yard rap. The devil want my soul, why me though? Out into the streets where I lost my real G's, bro. Andre scattered, Andre was like Zico. I swear I'm on my life, we're nothing like the rest of me go. Story of my life, go back to the start, let's reload. Glock burn pence in 95 on Broadleaf Road. I'm on the borderline, so up and down, my niggas free roam. Family needs zone. Got the tall up in the neat chromes. Locked behind the walls, some hungry dogs that make the heat blow. Many passing on still in my heart, that's home sweet home. Now I forget Raz and Mark John and all them heroes. All the shot we know. Die but they stick to the G code. Living in the ditch, we never snitch to get what we own. I rather die poor than sell my soul, go ask Nico. Caval and Zico. Spinna representing, see ya, big up.